And fuck you, Saudi Arabia. Nobody's ready for us to have return fucking deal. Fucking mindless consumer. I don't know how I could live with myself if I had everything and gave the fans nothing. What a selfish. Don't like the language. Better the fucking show is unless I fucking swear. Mike AD, I'm getting sick of this shit product. Hi. I'm Mike AD, and this is Wrestlemoney. You know, today, someone at work asked me, "Hey Mike, why do you spend so much time watching wrestling?" I said, why do you spend so much time watching sports? What he said to me was, well, at least I make money watching sports. Good point. If I could make some money watching wrestling, that would be freaking awesome. So I said, you know what? Time for a new show on this podcast, Wrestlemoney. I'm going to borrow 200 WrestleBucks from my bookie, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You know what? And I'm going to spend every single one of those $200, and I'm going to bet on the results of the Royal Rumble 2019. And as follows, because there is no wrestling betting in Las Vegas, so there are no lines by which to judge this. However, we're just going to say that each betting line pays 2 to 1. And if you like to bet, that's plus 200. Parlays are multiples of those odds. As if Sasha Banks wins the match and her pants fall off. I'd get double. Anyhow, onto the card. First of all, Rusev versus Nakamura. I don't think that Nakamura is a very happy guy, and the undercurrent in the company is that he's not happy at all, and he's going to leave after his deal is done, and I believe his deal is done around WrestleMania or a little bit after. So I think that title switch that they did a couple weeks back is indicative of that. And I don't think anything is going to change with this. I think Rusev is going to defeat Nakamura. And I'm going to put $20 on it, which will pay 40, 2 to 1. Next match, Buddy Murphy. In a fatal 4-way, he will defeat Hideo Itami, Kalisto, and Akira Tozawa. I will place $20 on this match. I can't think of any reason why they want to switch the title here. I don't see anyone here that's up and coming. Maybe Cedric Alexander is the guy that's going to get the title back around WrestleMania time, or they're going to bring somebody else in to dethrone this guy. But I don't see any of these three guys as being an actual threat to the title right now. He is unstoppable right now. Therefore, I bet $20 on this one. Payoff of 40. Next one, The Miz and Shane McMahon, the best tag team in the world. A couple months ago when this whole thing went down in Saudi Arabia, what a cluster this frickin' thing was. Shane McMahon, the best in the world, that it would lead to this, the daddy issues leading to a tag team. The hero worship tag team between The Miz and Shane McMahon versus The Bar. You know what? I'm going to bet that Shane McMahon and The Miz beat The Bar and win the SmackDown tag titles. This will pay $20 on a $10 bet. After they win the tag titles, they're going to lose the tag titles. this is going to self-destruct, and The Miz will take on Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. But this whole thing is geared towards that. It's going to pay off for me. Next, Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks. And you are smoking some seriously good freaking ganja if you think that Sasha Banks is defeating Ronda Rousey here. Ronda taps her out. And this could be a very, very good and rough match. I'm going to bet 20 WrestleBucks on this one, and it will pay 40. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. This has been excellent. And this whole Daniel Bryan turn has been frickin' superb. The transformation of the all-round good guy into the virtue signaling environmentalist psychopath. I can't think of anyone right now who's going to knock him off. Maybe they're going to bring up somebody, or somebody else is going to come maybe from over from Raw, or something to try to give this guy a little bit of a challenge. Because I don't see anybody there on SmackDown that Daniel Bryan has beaten, or I'm interested in actually seeing the match. And in addition, I don't think that AJ Styles is going to be facing Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania at all. So I'm going to take Bryan to defeat AJ Styles for $10, paying 20. Whether or not he beats him straight, legally, that doesn't matter. I think Daniel Bryan retains the title. $10. Give me 20. Asuka versus Becky Lynch. One way or the other, Asuka is going to retain the title here. And the reason why she's going to retain the title here is because Charlotte. And the rivalry between her and Becky Lynch and what's going on there with Ronda Rousey. And this is unfinished frickin' business that is going to culminate at the main event at WrestleMania this April. What's going to happen is Charlotte's going to come to ringside. Somehow she's going to cost Becky Lynch the match. Asuka will retain here. I'm going to take Asuka to defeat Lynch one way or the other. $10 pays 20. Plus, I'm going to take Charlotte to interfere for 10. Next up, Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. And this is a real big surprise because there was a big swerve here. And originally, Braun Strowman was supposed to be the one to face Brock here. And then out of the blue, they made the bait and switch. Made people think, maybe they're going to put the title on Finn Balor. Your mind says one thing, your heart says another thing. And when the two of them contradict, use your brain. And my brain says Brock Lesnar here. My brain says Brock Lesnar, based upon how they have booked Brock Lesnar in the last couple years. Totally unstoppable, and he's going to go to WrestleMania to defend the title against the guy that's going to knock him off. But you just get that feeling inside that maybe something strange is afoot in Denmark here. That Finn Balor might be able to pull off the impossible. All credit to Balor here. He's incredibly likable underwear model. But I don't like his chances of winning here. Even though how this match goes will determine how the Rumble goes. So if Balor were to beat Lesnar here, then we'd have a different result for the Royal Rumble. But the way that I see it here, Brock Lesnar will defeat Finn Balor and send everybody home in tears. So, $10. Brock Lesnar beats Finn Balor. In an additional bet, Balor will come out as the Demon. $5 bet pays 10. Next up, Seth Rollins will be the surrogate for Roman Reigns, who will not be able to get off WWE programming even though he left several months ago. It will all be about Roman and his brother, and Seth will win the Royal Rumble. $10 bet pays $20. If he doesn't win this thing, I don't know what they're doing, but If I was going to do a second bet, I would bet Drew McIntyre to win the Royal Rumble. These two will be in there right near the end, if not number 1 and number 2. Next up, I'm going to take Charlotte and Becky for the second time to be the co-winners of a Royal Rumble. The first since Lex Luger and Bret Hart did it back in the 90s. And the reason why I say that is because guess what happened in an early match? Charlotte causes Becky to lose her match because she doesn't want Becky to get between her and her revenge with Ronda Rousey. She wants the Raw Women's Championship and wants to finish off Ronda. But Becky has unfinished business. She screws with her because she wants her out of the picture. Big mistake. Becky returns as entrant number 30 as she interferes with Carmella, who won the Mixed Match Challenge and won entrance number 30. She's going to beat the crap out of her, beat the shit out of her, and take her place in the Rumble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Charlotte and Becky parlay, which will pay $40 on a $10 bet, and I'm also going to take Becky returning as entrant number 30 as a $5 bet, paying $10. The most eliminations in the female Royal Rumble, I'm going to take the woman that shouldn't be there in the first place. Becky Lynch. $10 bet. The most eliminations in the male Royal Rumble match will be Drew McIntyre. I'm going to make a $20 bet that it's Drew McIntyre to pay $40 on that one. I'm also going to take Drew McIntyre to get 6 or more eliminations in this Royal Rumble. $10 bet for a $20 payoff. I'm also going to take R-Truth to not be entrant number 30 in the Rumble. Let's face it, R-Truth, he's an idiot, but he's entertaining. So, R-Truth is going to come out as maybe number 1, number 2, number 29, number 27, but it won't be number 30. I will be flabbergasted if he actually literally comes out. Somebody else will come out as number 30. He'll sell it to somebody. Maybe he won't even show up at all. But R-Truth will not be number 30. $10 bet on this one. Way too freaking obvious. He's too much of a joker. Final bet. The final 4 in the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton. These 4 guys parlay for a $40 bet on $10. There it is. My picks with Vince McMahon's WrestleBucks. And this time, come Sunday, I will be much freaking richer as all these bets pay off and I will cash in. So, until next time, this has been WrestleMoney. I'm Mike AD, and show me the money. Saudi Arabia. Nobody's ready for us. I have to return fucking heel. You fucking mindless consumer. I don't know how I could live with myself if I had everything and gave the fans nothing. What a selfish. Don't like the language? Better the fucking show is, the less I fucking swear. Sorry, couldn't take it anymore. I'm Mike AD and I'm getting this shit product. My ears. Delete. And he's going to run that conga line all the way to the unemployment line. Don't like the selection? Fuck you. It's called opinion. And if anyone has been watching this show, you're in very exclusive company. And based on what was to come for the next 3 hours, the fan base would need the remainder of the week or a bottle of bourbon to get over. This week almost made me give up in disgust.